Clownvergence, Clownvergence. We're getting together to make the world better. Clownvergence, Clownvergence. We'll make you laugh and play. We'll take your blues away.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the AI from the point of view of a clown. Not that I'm an expert in artificial intelligence, but I got the idea of this subject the other day because I'm in Berlin, and in Berlin the clown scene is actually in a nice way growing, and we do organize in person some clown cafes, and we just discuss. We have nice conversations together. And one day, a few weeks ago, one of my colleagues said, well, that's something we don't have to worry about. The AI technology, clowns are immune to that danger. And suddenly I started to think about that. And I thought, well, maybe graphic designers thought they were immune. Maybe translators thought they were immune. So, maybe clowns have to beware of the use of AI. Now, just to be brief, the idea behind AI is to enhance first imitate the human intelligence and probably enhance it, which means that AI can learn, can make decisions, and therefore can invent. So my worry was maybe later in the future, when people look back and type in the computer clown, they will fall on some kind of model which has entirely been invented, at least the imagery, by a computer. And I think it comes in, AI comes in where inspiration fails. That being said, a couple of years ago, when I first heard about AI, Chat GPT, whatever platform, I envisaged let's say, this tool as a clown would. And coming from a traditional family, a traditional circus family, I remembered that in circus, anything which is new technology was immediately endorsed. And instead of being afraid of it, clowns would immediately use any novelty to do parodies. So a couple of years ago, I thought, well, I'm going to do a parody of an AI clown. And so I built this, at first, a short act, and where in the end, every trick, it was a voiceover, and I was executing what the machine was telling me what to do. And the AI is actually the synthesis of the best model or the best probability of anything you asked. So if you ask for a very good gag, it will come up with something. So that was how I would think about it. So in the act, I had this voice suggesting jokes and different tricks. And of course, none of them were funny. And most of them were trying to kill me. So it was an act which I was very happy about. I thought, okay, so I'm doing it in the traditional way, like you would see circus clowns, when not knowing how to work a fridge, or coming on with a car which breaks into pieces, or this kind of traditional approach. And so I thought everybody had this kind of reference, and they would immediately understand that I was mocking the AI and doing a traditional act in the end. But it didn't happen like that. I played it on a few open stages at first here in Berlin. Then I was invited to a couple of festivals particularly in Italy and also in Finland. And it was the same whether in one country or the other, and even in Germany, people would take it extremely seriously. Like I thought it was like hilarious, but they thought it was almost tragic. And instead of making people laugh with this thing, it created an enormous discussion. And so I thought, well, no, this is something I didn't, plan. I wanted people to laugh, but I realized that at least 2 years ago, it was something that the public was fearing, and I wanted to break this fear and turn it into something funny. And you don't have to fear it; you have to know how to use it, etc., etc. So I stopped this act because I didn't want all this discussion and stuff. I'm more spontaneous than that. I want a joke to be a joke and people laugh. And I realized that a couple of years later, like now, everybody or a lot of people know how to use AI, and probably now because they are less fearful and they're using the tool, I could bring this act out again and they would understand what I'm trying to do and laugh in a very, let's say, elementary way. It was a very childish type of thing, but with in the end, a very sophisticated subject. I didn't realize it was like that. So after this experience, I thought, well, what's going to happen? Actually, maybe we should take this seriously, besides the act. Because, as I said before, just try to project in a few generations, if you consider at what speed things are moving, I tried the other day to type the word AI clown, and
Minutes.
I beg your pardon?
Just 2 minutes, just to let you know.
Oh, and some horrible pictures came up, at least the imagery of these clowns with horrible makeup and really frightening. And I thought, well, I hope this doesn't become the model. Because we have to know that everything will go through AI, and probably the clown is the last bastion to avoid and to be very genuine and not use the tool to invent, but to rely on his own, free inspiration. I think I'm almost done here. Let me check if I had something oh yes, and and in conclusion, I just hope, because there's also the public on the other side who is using AI, and I just hope that on the long run, we won't be reduced to having to make robots laugh. That's my conclusion.
There ain't no place I'd rather be. You're lighter than the sun and the stars to me. Everybody's family at the Clownvergence.